A timeline is little more than a series of points in time. The timeline of our beloved lakes stretches back 10,000 years to the retreat of the glaciers. For thousands of years, a Wisconsin lake's timeline would be marked by the seasonal rituals of native tribes. Thousands of effigy mounds built around the state's lakes are testament to the importance of lakes to the region's tribes. In more recent years, European explorers began using the waterways to gain access to the region's bounty. Fur, then forests, drew people in, and a new chapter in the state's history began. Points were identified on rivers where dams could generate power and create ponds and lakes. In the late 1800s, more people came to the lakes for vacations and relaxation. They took an interest in the quality of the water and the plants and fish in the lake. Cabin and resort owners banded together to protect lakes, to protect what they loved. After World War II, the population swelled, and it became more and more obvious that our waters could not be both our dumping grounds and playgrounds. Something needed to change, and Wisconsin citizens pressed their lawmakers to enact rules to protect and restore clean water. Beginning in the early 1970s, university researchers and state resource managers worked together to find new ways to improve and protect lake health in Wisconsin. The Inland Lakes Demonstration Project focused on 10 lakes throughout the state. Scientists looked at both the ecological and social dimensions of lake protection. Working as a PhD student, Noel Klussig realized that local property owners needed to be part of the state's lake strategy. They had both the personal interest and physical connection to lakes, but they lacked the resources and legal framework to obtain their goals. 1974 marked the beginning of a formal partnership between the state, the university, and local lake groups. That year, the legislature passed a law enabling the lakes to form lake districts, new units of government that focus on inland lakes. State grants were shared with the new districts to study, plan, and carry out lake management efforts. Lake districts quickly began forming across the state. Later, the partnership embraced lake associations and others to broaden our reach and positively impact more lakes. These points, these special places, are not just dots on the landscape, but places connected to one another by a shared set of priorities, problems, and solutions. Connect the points, and a new view emerges, a web of places and people with a common interest in protecting and restoring our legacy of lakes. And so that brings us here, back to the point. In 1980, lake districts and then associations began meeting every year in Stevens Point to share their experiences and learn from one another. The point of the convention was not merely to distribute new facts and information, but rather to connect the people and the lakes all across the state, to allow people a chance to unite and reunite. We find ourselves now back in point, getting back to the point of protecting and restoring our legacy of lakes.